What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with a review for Sistas. I know I've been MIA, but we're going to go ahead and put the last 2 episodes together. So, baby, let's talk about it. This is season 9, episode I don't even know. But let's get into it. All right, so at one point, Fatima confronts Andy about what her mama said, okay? She not only confronted her about there being tension in the office, her mama basically telling her that she needs to look for another job, and how she just doesn't understand where Andy stands with their relationship, considering she once thought that they were really close. However, Zach is the one who told her that he saw Andy naked, right? So this is all 3 things happening. So Andy, she does say, like her mom overstepped. However, you should admit that, girl, my mama is dead ass wrong. Like, that is not what should have came out of her mouth at all. I'll have a conversation with her. But that's not what was happening. So, when it comes to the tension at work, Andy says that, it's just the fact that Fatima, she dropped the ball a couple of times. And she's not jealous of her, but she does apologize. Do I think there was still some jealousy in there? Absolutely. But she just don't want to admit it at all. And it was crazy because she tried to pour into Fatima to be like, I support you. I love you. I love all the things that you're doing. And it's like, Andy, do you? Because you literally got her working on a case that's not even a case yet. Okay? I get it, the principle and all that, but girl, this ain't even a case. So please move on. Nonetheless, they make up or whatever, and they're all good now. So Andy goes back over to the girls, right? And they're like, what's going on? And Andy's like, oh, nothing. Let's just go ahead and get to Karen's news, right? So Karen drops the bomb. Baby, I'm moving. And now we actually have a city. Because remember, the only city that they mentioned before was Houston. And Aaron was like, I don't want to go to Houston because of the weather or something like that. So they are moving to Seattle, right? When I tell you them sisters pissed me off, not at one point was anybody like, well, you know what? Congratulations, Karen. I know you're going to do great in Seattle. You'll always have our support. It was none of that. It was, what about us? What do you mean you're going to move to Seattle? You're just going to pick up and go? What about this? What about that? What about whoa. Let that girl breathe a little bit, okay? Because let's be completely honest. Y'all have been shitty sisters, okay? Y'all have not been sisters at all. Y'all have just been shitty to her. That girl literally was going through postpartum. And considering her and Sabrina was so tight when she was pregnant, Sabrina ain't popped up. You know what I'm saying? Only when she went missing. But everybody swear they gonna be the auntie, but ain't nobody helped her out. Please stop faking the funk. Be so for real right now. And then another thing that pissed me off is when she mentioned her daughter forever. And her daughter passed away. It bothered me when Andy was like, you don't have to talk about it. No, maybe she does need to talk about it. I think it's so weird that we sit up here and be like, oh, if a person went through a traumatic experience, they can talk about it when they want to talk about it. If she brought up her daughter, it's clear that she had something to say. But here you go saying, oh, no, you don't have to talk about that right now. So you want her to continue to hold in how she's feeling? Bet. Got it, Andy. So Danny is like, well, what happens when you fall apart again? And I said, wow, you did not have to phrase it that way. And then she's like, who's going to help pick up the pieces? Bitch, not you. I'm sorry. I will say this. Danny was the one friend who really, came over and sat with Karen. It was like, you got to get into the bathtub. I like that she did that. However, again, we're not about to act like the sisters was really there every step of the way, because they were not. The only person to me who was really for Karen in that moment was Aaron. Y'all, I'm not even about to give her mama too much because she was coddling Karen. I gotta be honest. The fact that, and like I've said before in my reviews, I think that when it comes to postpartum, a lot of women, what helped them get out of that was that they had somebody there to be like, hey, this is your baby. Come on, let's bond with your baby. Come on, we got to get up. We got to do this. To help encourage that person to say, hey, even though you are feeling that way, We got to break this cycle. You cannot lay in that bed all day. And I feel like Karen's mother did not do that. Her mother did not help her to be like, all right, Karen, you got to get up, baby. I know you going through it, but we got to get up, go take a shower. I want to see you, at least try to hold faith. At least attempt to look at faith. Something. She never did that. And I just give her a side eye. Nonetheless, the ladies, again, they're still drilling all these questions. And I get it. They're trying to point out all these things that Karen may not have fully thought out. And it's like, oh, what about the salon and all this stuff? Listen, yes, she had a lot going on in Atlanta, but honestly, the city just was not good for her anymore, okay? And I feel like it is absolutely okay for a person to make a life-changing decision for themselves. Like, the girls were very selfish in this moment, okay? And I mean, even Karen points out the fact that, like, listen, we don't even get together anymore. Everybody's life has changed. Everybody has kind of grown apart. Even though they don't want to say it out loud, they have. Everybody got their own stuff going on. So, honestly, it would not be far off if she was to go ahead and head on out to Seattle. So, Andy's phone keep going off, right? And it's getting on Danny's nerves. So, these ladies start to go back and forth. And I mean, like, really back and forth. It got nasty. And the only thing I can say is that they were equally wrong. Okay? Now, one thing that I wanted to point out is the fact that, Danny, I know that you're going to miss Karen, but you don't have to always be so harsh in your approach. Just say you're going to miss her, girl. Because, like, your energy, I'm not feeling it. And a side note real quick, Tyler, please stop with those ugly ass flashbacks. I don't know who told you to film it that way and put those filters and shit on there, but please stop that. I don't like the way it looks. Nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and move on because, y'all, we have, what's his name? Gary. Gary is on an apology tour. He literally stalks Fatima in the parking lot to the point where she pulls a gun out on him. He's trying to apologize and tell her, like, I'm sorry for everything that happened. However, she don't fuck with Gary. She goes home, tells Zach, like, okay, I know where your money came from. It's from Gary. Who the fuck else would have gave him that money? Like, I feel like that was so stupid. I'm like, why are we making this a big deal? He owed him the money. Okay, it's fine. He paid him back. What else is going on? So now, Zach is like, oh no, he gave me some dirty money. I ain't fucking with that, whatever. And they decide to get in the car and go somewhere. I said, where are y'all going? Y'all have no idea about Gary's whereabouts. However, they found themselves going to Hayden's house. Oh, because who was there? Gary. I said, how the fuck did you know that Gary was here? Okay, that's weird. Nonetheless, Gary has continued the apology tour because he goes over to Hayden's house, but baby, Hayden don't want to hear it. Hayden's like, you are a trash ass human. I know who you really are. I don't fuck with you. Okay? Baby, Gary tries to apologize for smashing Tamara. It bothered me when he was like, I mean, what's her name? Nigga, you know her name. Stop playing. So, it gets to the point where Hayden, like, slams Gary up against the wall. Because, of course, the one thing that hurt him for real is the whole situation with Gary and Tamara. Because at one point, this was all fun and games, but Hayden actually fell for Tamara. Okay? He really liked her. And that was low-key like the ultimate betrayal. You know what I'm saying? So, Hayden's telling him, like, no, you're evil, you're messed up, like, I don't believe anything you're saying. Next thing you know, knock, 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 who is it? Zach and Fatima. Okay? Now, again, this man has to explain that he's giving them the money back and all of this stuff, and I'm just like, we've already talked about this. And I don't need to hear y'all go back and forth with Gary about how jacked up he is at this point. Like, when it comes to Gary's, like, leaving the show and him in this apology tour, baby, I'm not interested. I gotta be completely honest. Like, sir, you have fucked everybody over. All you need to do is write a letter. Just write a letter to everybody. And I promise you, it will be well more received than what it is right now. Okay? Because if you gonna leave, then go ahead and leave. So, this has me wondering, though. So, are we going to get rid of Karen, Aaron, and Gary? All three of those characters are going to be gone. Is that what's happening on Sistas? Let me know. Moving on from there. Now we have Sabrina and Danny talking, right? Because I think Andy ended up leaving or whatever. And here's my thing. Sabrina's over here trying to give Danny advice about Tony. No. Tony needs to go. Tony Ben needs to go a long time ago. Okay? Like, what are we talking about? And then Sabrina gonna lie to Danny's face about how she's not gonna see her cousin anymore. And I'm like, wait a fucking minute. You the main one who was like, oh, how dare Andy lie to my face when I saw her at that restaurant. But you're literally lying to Danny. Like, you're lying to her face about sleeping around with her cousin. Like, I don't even understand this. Especially considering how tight y'all were. So, on top of that, we have Sabrina defending Andy's bullshit. I'm like, first of all, both of those girls was wrong, okay? They were both going below the belt, okay? And you have said it for yourself how trifling Andy can be. But then you gonna say, well, I mean, we know how Andy is. Bitch, that's not an excuse. Andy needs to grow the fuck up. Like, change her ways. Why are you lying to your homegirls like this? So at this point, Danny is cool off of Andy, right? Now, speaking of Andy, we slide on over to her. She calling Dr. Vaughn and telling him to come over. I'm like, girl, it's the same story with you. It's just a new nigga. You just keep switching them out. We're tired. So when she gets off the phone with him, she gets another phone call. No. It was Danny who got the phone call in the next episode. She was in front of a store. And here goes Dr. Green. Not doctor, shit. He an officer. Officer Green. God damn it. Officer Green, he over here skinning and grinning all up in her face. Talking about somebody who interested in you. Baby, it's him. He trying to get with Andy. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck on, because the fact that you trying to get with two friends and you know that they friends is disgusting. It's despicable. And then your acting ain't even good, okay? Your acting is trash, nigga, okay? Moving on. Oh, one more thing. He gonna tell her to keep this a big secret. Red flag on the plane. And Andy, you weren't even interested in that man. So you should have just turned him down completely. Moving on to the next episode, y'all. We come back. And the three amigos are still questioning Gary. For what? We don't care. Y'all don't believe him. Y'all don't think that he's changed. Okay, fine. Moving on. Danny. Danny's at home in that nasty ass apartment. I'm surprised that she hasn't started picking shit up because Tony has left shit everywhere. Okay? He completely destroyed her house, if you ask me. Hell, it don't look no different than when they broke into Maurice's house that one season. And shit was all over the place. Here's the thing. She's thinking that her money is missing because she's like, oh my God, my money's here. I left it. I just don't see it, right? Here comes this nigga Tony. He come up in the house talking about, oh yeah, I borrowed the money. Nigga, you stole. You did not borrow a motherfucking thing, okay? So, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this storyline up. Tony is literally consistently saying how he borrowed the money. She's telling him, no, you stole it from me. Like, how dare you steal it from me? And y'all, this man gonna say, I was gonna put the money back tomorrow. Nigga, how was you gonna get the money the next day? Did you need to go get a payday loan out? Because if you didn't have it on Friday, what made you think you was gonna have it on Saturday? I'm trying to understand. Because you don't even have any income coming in. So where'd you get the money from? Did you have to borrow? Why you couldn't borrow no money from Rich? Hell, I know you can't borrow nothing from Jordan, but shit, he in jail. But you can at least go borrow somebody from Rich. You gonna steal from your girl? That's crazy. And you never even asked. It's the fact that he never asked. And he's like, man, you tripping. It was only 10 racks. It was only 10 racks. Nigga, is you serious? So, he's like, well, I was in a bind, right? And according to him, some of the money went to the kids' child support. And the rest of it went to a gambling debt. I'm like, okay, this nigga right here, at least he's admitting that he has a problem. Oh no, he just says that he used to bet from time to time when he was in college. And he's never, had this big of a loss. Nigga, you gotta go on somewhere, okay? And it's the fact that he's like, well, I was only betting to blow off some steam. All that time you was betting, you should have been looking for a job, okay? So Danny is pissed off about it. He's acting like he doesn't have a problem. It's giving you have a gambling addiction, for sure. And this seems to be her last straw. But baby, let's be honest. You should have let go of this nigga when he was trying to pin all that work shit on you, okay? You should have let go of this nigga when you was trying to get your mind right, when you was trying to lay off the smoking, lay off the drinking, lay off the sex, because those was your 3 vices. Let's be for real. He was fine with you not smoking. He was fine with you not drinking. Oh, but when you couldn't have sex with him, that's when he start tripping out on you. Like, let's have a real conversation here. That nigga just wanted to have some type of control over Danny's life. In some way, shape, or form. He was a fucking creep. Remember, he was listening on all her fucking conversations. That man ain't never been right for Danny. And he moved in on her. Okay? Moved in on her because he was always at her apartment. Yet he had a whole fucking house. Like, there's a list of problems with Tony. Okay? Baby, this was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Okay? So, at this point, Danny is completely done with him, okay? She's like, you gotta go. She literally grabs a few of his items and puts him out. And I'm just like, great. One thing I will say is, baby, I don't want to see Tony anymore. I think that should be the last of Rich, the last of fucking Tony, and we already got rid of Jordan. Baby, I don't need to see any more of those people, okay? They added bullshit to the stories. Let's get some new people around, okay? Moving on from there, y'all. So, what else happened on this episode? Oh, Andy. Motherfucking Andy. Andy ends up calling Sabrina, right? And she's complaining about Danny. And then Sabrina is over here trying to justify all the bullshit Andy's saying. She's like, well, Danny came off really judgy, and Andy's like, well, yeah, I don't know how she's coming off judgy when she has a damn train station of a bed herself. I said, no, hold on, ho. Both of y'all some hoes, okay? Both of y'all, if we want to be honest. Both of y'all are some hoes. But what she said about you still was valid. I think it's justified. A hoe can call out a hoe, can't they? Is that not a thing? Child, nonetheless, now she's conflicted because she don't know if she should sleep with Dr. Vaughn. It has the audacity to ask Sabrina, should she sleep with him? Girl, you done slept with everybody else, so why would this be any different? And then go ask her friend, am I a hoe? Andy, get the fuck off her phone. Get off of Sabrina's phone line. Because you fucking play too much. You just want your fucking feelings validated, okay? Now, moving on. So, here comes Dr. Vaughn, right? He ends up popping up at her house. And I'm like, here you go. Just letting niggas all up in your apartment like you love to do. And y'all, first of all, I can't take this man seriously, okay? All that damn Beijing on the top of his head was pissing me off. It's just way too black. That's the first thing. This whole thing bored me. Like, to me, his acting is no better than the new Jordan. And I'm just like, okay, what else is going on? I'm bored. Andy goes into her bedroom, and she ends up leaving Sabrina a message like, oh my gosh, Danny completely ruined my night. Girl, did she ruin your night, or did she just call out the obvious? Like, what are we talking about? So, she can't decide what to put on. And she decides to put on some full pajamas. And I mean, like, long sleeve pant, long pant, long sleeve shirt. And it's awkward now. It's awkward because you already knew this nigga came over to fuck. Like, Andy, we know this already. Y'all, what's pissing me off is that she trying to switch the vibe up. And I get it. A woman can change her mind anytime. But let's be completely honest. When it comes to Andy and Dr. Vaughn, they've already had a conversation when they had that little meet up at the restaurant of him basically saying He ain't looking for shit serious. He ain't trying to find no wife. He ain't even trying to find no girlfriend. That nigga is trying to smash and get the fuck on. And that bitch agreed, okay? She was like, yeah, I'm on that type of time too. So now, you over here sitting in this man's face, and baby, you're not on that type of time. So, what does he do? He pretends like he's so tired. He's like, oh, I delivered so many babies today. I'm so tired, I gotta go home. And I'm like, what the fuck was this? First of all, nigga, you too old for them type of games. That's the first part. Secondly, Andy, just have a real conversation to be like, yeah, I am tempted to like do some things with you tonight, but maybe not tonight. That's all you have to say. Come on now. Now, moving on from there, literally, I feel like right after he left, here come her mama. Her mama come in or whatever, and she is going to stay with Andy. And child, who cares? I'm like, Andy, so when you gonna correct your mama? When you gonna tell your mama that she was out of place? She was out of line for what she did to Fatima? Not yet? Okay, we're waiting. Now, moving on from there, Sabrina. Oh, Sabrina. Sabrina is over there trying to set the mood or whatever at her place. However, she realized that she's doing too much because, again, this is not your nigga. This is just a nigga you're smashing. So Rock come over, and Sabrina, she lets him know that, she's not trying to date him. She's trying to create like this full list of things that, they should and shouldn't be doing. Y'all, this man offered her drugs. I said, what the fuck going on here? Now, Daddy already told you not to mess with this man, okay? And he's over here offering you drugs. And your first instinct was, I have to go to work tomorrow? Sabrina, what the fuck going on? Are you trying to be Janine? Is she trying to be Janine from House of Pain, y'all? She's one step away from a crack house. What is Sabrina doing? You should have told him, oh, no, nigga, we don't play those games. I don't do that. We don't do drugs over here. It was never giving that. Like, what's going on? So, they end up, smashing or whatever. And y'all, I can't lie. She got on this full nightgown and full satin robe. I mean, cute little set. But we came back to them and they were supposed to already done with their session. They're supposed to be done with their session. She still got on that nightgown with the robe. Major eye roll, okay? Major eye roll. Okay? You could have at least had her sitting on the couch with just the robe tied around her waist. We could get the illusion that she don't have on that damn nightgown. Like, what was... You know what? I'm not about to go there, okay? According to them, they're going to keep this a secret. Because, Danny can't find out. And I'm like, okay. Everybody's mentioning keeping secrets around this motherfucker. Okay, cool. So, next thing you know, y'all, this is the part that threw me completely. Rock leaves, and she gets a phone call. And y'all, this is very random. First of all, it's like she didn't even know the number. Because when she picked up the phone, she said something, but it did not align with the phone call, okay? So, Damani is going off about how he made a mistake and she needs to get rid of the embryos. Child, what? Nigga, no, sweetheart, because you decided to donate your sperm to a woman that you did not even know. You met her maybe once? Yeah, maybe once or twice. Because he met her at the bank. Then he did the interview thing with her. He found out that she needed a sperm donation. And was like, I'll do it. Nigga, did you think that you were going to get with her? And that is why now you feel like, okay, the relationship never happened? Like, what the hell going on with this? That was your donation that you wanted to do. And I'm just like, Sabrina, I'm hoping that you have some type of paperwork or like some type of contract that says that, those are your embryos. Because what the fuck going on? Now, moving on from there. Oh, because this kind of lends to the Sabrina storyline. Okay, so we have Andy. No, I'm sorry, not Andy. Zach and Fatima. That's what I'm about to talk about. They decide, oh, Fatima's a little hungry. Let's go get some food. First of all, Zachary fucking Taylor, why did you take her to that fucking juice bar? What was the point of taking her to the juice bar if she's hungry? Make it make sense. Nonetheless, we got rich dorky ass, and he's talking about how, he wants to get Sabrina back. And now Zach is like, oh, I can help you do that. I got a plan. Nigga, can you? And why are you trying to get involved? You don't even know what the fuck this nigga really did. Oh, wait, actually, I think you do know. But you were drunk, so you don't even know the full story. Also, Fatima, pipe down. Don't say, oh, you really love her. He don't fucking love her. He don't want Sabrina back. That nigga is full of shit, okay? Again, we can get rid of him because I'm over it. And then the audacity for him to be like, oh my gosh, because I feel like she's probably just at home lonely. No, baby, she's getting her back blown out, okay? She's getting her back blown out. She's popping puss. She's popping ass. Hell, she may become a Janine. She may do a little drugs. I don't know what's happening with that. But one thing she's not doing is worried about your whack ass, okay? So, get over yourself. Moving on from there. Y'all, we got to talk about this last scene with Karen. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Karen ended up going to the shop, right? She goes to the shop. We see Pam and Maurice. They're hanging out or whatever. And I do love their friendship. I would love to get more scenes with them. She lets them know that she's going to be moving to Seattle. Now, she tells them that she's going to be selling the shop. And she's like, oh, if you guys want to buy the shop. I said, Karen, get the fuck out their face with that. First of all, you play too much. For you to be like, oh, yeah, do you guys want to buy it? Knowing what their professions are, let's be completely honest. Those two are the lowest paid people on this show. Pam is an assistant at the salon, which means that all she doing is booking appointments. She not even doing hair. That's the first thing. Secondly, Maurice, he's a bank teller. Why the fuck would you come up in there playing in their face talking about do y'all want this business? Do y'all want to run the salon? Girl, what? What are you talking about? Nonetheless, one thing that I can appreciate is the fact that Pam and Maurice were far more supportive to Karen and what she got going on and her plans for her life than her own homegirls. Okay? So now, Karen wants to get everybody together, and Maurice says, oh yeah, we can go ahead and pregame at my house. I'm like, all right, cool. Everybody gonna have a good time with Maurice at his house. Okay, cool. So, moving on from there, Karen goes home, right? She goes to see Aaron, and he's, of course, with baby Faith, and she's telling him about, the situation with the girls and how they took the news. And, oh, baby, fuck they news. Aaron got some news of his own because he took the steps, he took the initiative, okay? And he reached out to a friend and was like, oh, I'll probably be moving down to Seattle. I'm just trying to see, if there's any opportunity out there for me. Baby, guess what? The man gets the job on the spot, okay? He gets the job on the spot. Not only does the man have a job lined up, he also will have a place to stay for them. Y'all, I love to see it. So, at this point, he questions, is this, time frame moving too fast for Karen? Because he would have to, pick up and go within, a week. And she's like, no, this is not too fast for me. At the end of the day, this is about me and you. I'm trying to build a life with you. You're my person. And y'all, I was pissed off. I was so pissed off when she said that. And let me tell you why I'm mad. Not because I want her with Zach. None of that bullshit. What pisses me off is that we never got to see this relationship flourish. We never did. I can honestly say that we never got to see them do the relationship things. Okay? Yeah, we got to see them have that first conversation over ice cream in the car. We got to see him have to battle it out with Zach so many times. Okay? Hell, I don't even think they've really had sex that much. Maybe 2.5 times? I think it's only been 2.5, maybe 3 times that they slept together. I just wish that we could have actually got a love story out of them. But, this is fine. This is fine for what it is. I just feel like there could have been so many moments that Karen could have gotten with Aaron, and we did not get that in this series at all. Like, it's very clear that he loves her, but I feel like on Karen's end, because there was so much back and forth bullshit when it came to Karen and that Zach situation, that it completely tainted the story for Aaron and Karen. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, baby, we get to the very end of the episode, right? And we actually get to see Aaron propose to Karen, okay? And I'm just like, okay, great. I'm hoping there's a spinoff. Where's the announcement, Tyler? Where is the fucking spinoff? Because the same way that you gave Zatima a spinoff, baby, I'm going to need one for Karen and Aaron. Because here's the thing. I honestly feel like Karen and Aaron have the better storyline at this point, because they will be newly engaged. They have a baby. They're settling into a new city. She now has to figure out what she wants to do with her life. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I don't know if she want to be a mom, do a mom content creator. I don't know what she can do. She still want to do hair. We don't know what she wants to do. And I feel like that will be a beautiful journey to see if that is the direction that we're going. But we shall see what they do with the show. So, y'all, let me know what y'all thought about Sistas. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.